Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gift, aka Gifted. Have you subscribed to this channel? What are you waiting for now? Click on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel. Okay. You know, when you start practicing something, if you don't stop that thing, especially things that are negative, if you don't stop it early, it will advance to the next level. When it advances, it begins to affect you, affect people around you. Yes. What am I talking about? When you start practicing what they call premarital sex before you got married, you think that when I get married, I will stop it. Marriage does not cure lust, because when you get married, you also want to keep on enjoying those things that you're enjoying before you got married. Your wife will go to a stage when she will not be enough for you. Your husband will get to a stage when he is not enough for you. Then you will now advance to what they call extramarital affair. Yes. Okay? So, when you start indulging in this thing called extramarital affairs, don't think that it is going to be blissful, because it comes with what? Consequences. So today, I'll be talking on the consequences of extramarital affair. What is extramarital affair? Extramarital affair is when your spouse is no longer enough for you. You want to go and have side chick. You want to go and have side cock. You want to have another girl outside your marriage. You want to have another boy outside your marriage. Some people will also go to the extent of even having a married man or a married woman outside their own spouse. So, we'll be talking on the consequences of that action. Are you ready for me? Let's go. So, number one consequences of indulging in extramarital affairs is that, before then, I have a video called Consequences of Premarital Sex. You can click on that for the singles. If you're not yet married, when you start sleeping with any man or woman or girl or boy, you are doing what they call premarital sex. Then when you get married, it's called extramarital affair. So, number one consequences of extramarital affair is that it leads to distrust in marriage. Yeah, because one of the things that bond couples is trust. I mean, I can't be living with when I don't trust you. Make you not go kill me one day. But it is the trust that I have in you that will make me to go this journey with you. And when you start having affairs outside our home, outside our marriage, we start having side cock for the women or side chick for the men, the trust won't be there. I had a story of a woman that was called, that the husband is an armed robber. They were asking the woman, is it true? Is your wife, is your husband a thief? He said, I don't know. Which one I go even talk? Best way they get 100 girlfriend. I don't know. And when your spouse can't stand for you, then tell me who else will stand for you. When your husband doesn't trust you, when your wife doesn't trust you, that marriage will be in pieces and not in peace. Because the two cannot work together unless they do what they agree. Extramarital affairs brings distrust in marriage, which is not healthy. It's not good at all for marriage, for any relationship. Trust is very vital. Then number two consequences is that it leads to mismanagement of finance. That money that you are supposed to be managing in the confinement of your marriage, that money that's supposed to be managing within your family, you are dividing it. You are giving it to Bisi, you are giving it to Kechi, you are giving it to people that are not your wife. The woman is also dividing, giving that to her boyfriend or her man friend. I had a story of a man who got a job in Canada. So he was to stay there for 5 years. So he was sending money to the wife to build a house for them. This man left. Unfortunately for the wife, she went into this thing called extramarital affair with one gigolo. This man milked the woman dry. All the money that the husband was sending to her to build the house, this man was collecting it. So when the man now came back, where is the house now? Madam was opening, opening and closing the mouth because she doesn't know what to say again. You see, the money that was supposed to be used to build their own house, she now languished on his boyfriend. I also had a story of a man whose wife has been disturbing. For him to bring money, let them pay their son's school fees. The husband was like, I don't have money. Then one day their light has problems, so the man was to go and repair the light. He left his phone in the sitting room. So a message dropped. You know, some women who are nosy now, when they become so curious that something is happening, something fishy is happening with their man. So she went and picked the phone and saw the message of thank you, my love. Who they call my husband, my love. So she began to scroll through and found out that this husband paid the school fees of the other woman's son of 250,000. Like, seriously? When his own son has not paid his own school fees. That is how extramarital affair makes you not to manage your money well. Some people will say will be blackmail. They will be blackmailing them. If you do not give me this certain amount, I will tell your wife, I will tell your husband. Extramarital affairs makes you not to manage your finance in your family, because you will divide them. They give if you give Kunle today, when you give Emeka, next morning, and you know something like that. It is not good. It's not healthy for any home. Okay. Number 3 consequences of extramarital affair is that it leads to divorce, separation. Can I tell you that 90% of divorce in our time is caused by this extramarital affair? My husband cheated on me, my wife cheated on me, I don't want to go, I no do. We are separating. Because nobody wants to share his or her spouse with another person. No matter how much you love you, some people would like to endure, but you go to a point when they cannot take it any longer again. The next option will be, let's just go our way. Brother, go your own way. Sister, let's go my way. Okay? It leads to divorce. And you know one thing about divorce, God hates divorce. When we want to separate from the same person you vow to love all the days of your life, when we want to separate from somebody that you have loved, that had children for you, or you have children for, divorce is very, it's getting to the high rate this time around, all because of this extramarital affair. Some people will not be able to endure it. They will like, just let's separate. And the one thing about divorce is that the children are always at the receiving end. They will be the one to be affected. They will be the one to suffer this emotional trauma. Yes, because going with a family that is in unity, all of a sudden they are not divided. They will either be with mommy or be with daddy. It's no longer that okay. You see? So extramarital affair leads to divorce or separation, which is very, very bad. Another point is that extramarital affair leads to polygamy. Was in your mind at the initial time you wanted to have only one wife, but because you cannot keep yourself, you don't feel whole body, you want to be jumping from one girl to another. The next thing is that either that the girl got pregnant or to love her more than your wife. The next thing is for you to bring her in. The peaceful home you had, you have to add another person. One wife na problem, let her know when there are 2. You see? So it will lead to you having more than, even some people even go to the extent of having 3 wives. So an extramarital affair leads to polygamy. Some women will also leave their husband's house to go and live with the man they are having an affair with. I have seen that one. It happens. Okay? Again, extramarital affair, another consequence is that you can contract disease or death. You can contract disease. There is this woman that passed HIV to the unborn child because the pregnancy was not from the husband. She got pregnant from flirting around, and the innocent child was the one that even had to carry the whole thing. He was infected with that HIV. Some people has contracted what they call gonorrhea, syphilis, staphylococcus, all these yama sicknesses, the STD infections. This is what extramarital affair does. So stay away from this. It does not pay. It comes with a lot of consequences, effects. Okay. Also, some people can even develop what they call it, hypertension. Because you can't tell me that a woman that the husband is flirting around will be at peace. No, she will be worried, and when no worry, it comes with BP. Your BP will be rising. Some will go for low BP, some will high BP. Some will go into an emotional trauma. They will be depressed. You know, they will be having anxiety. It leads to sickness. It needs to be avoided. These are the consequences that comes with extramarital affairs. Another effect is that we are talking about the consequences of extramarital affair. Okay, I have talked about the consequences of premarital sex, and this one is extramarital affairs. Having someone else outside your spouse, sleeping with someone that is not your husband, having sexual intimacy with a man or woman that is not your spouse. That we say that it comes with consequences, and we've listed that one, that it brings distrust. Two, we thought that it leads to mismanagement of finance, then divorce, then it brings enmity in marriage. You become an enemy to your husband, you become an enemy to your wife, because you can't be having affairs and want us to be in peace and in love again. Marriage was supposed to be love, to be a union of love, union of peace. But when these things, when you begin to sleep around or go outside, then there will be enmity. There will be enmity between you and your spouse. You guys will become enemies. Though you are still living together as couple, but you are enemies. Some people don't even eat their wife's food again. Yeah, some women don't cook for their husbands again because of this infidelity in marriage. So it brings enmity. I mean, you hardly see them talk as couple, play as couple, you know, interact. They're always with one misunderstanding or the other, fighting. Whereas marriage was supposed to be built on love and unity, right? So we move to the next point, which is extramarital affairs affect the children's emotion. I mean, you can't tell me that mommy is sleeping outside, having an affair outside, and daddy is having an affair outside, and the children will be in peace, will be okay with that. They will be affected also. You know, it will affect the love they want from their father. Because when these things begin to happen in the marriage, just as I said earlier, that it brings enmity. There's no longer peace, there's no longer love, there's no longer unity in the home. The children will be affected, their emotions will be affected. And if care is not taken, it will affect their health, it will affect their academic performances, it will affect everything about them, even their reasoning. Some of them will even end up being like their daddy or their mom. Okay, so it is not healthy for the children. The next point or the next consequences is that it leads to evil jealousy. Jealous is okay in marriage. Why did I say so? Because if I don't feel jealous of sharing my husband with another person, then I don't love him. Okay, so one of the things that makes you know that I love is that when I'm jealous of any other woman over you. But when it becomes evil, it's when you now go to extent of either killing or fighting. I had a story of a man that nearly shot one man for sleeping with a wife. Just God has saved that man that day. He nearly shot him. Or is it ladies that will go and fight their husband's side chick and chickens? So it brings jealousy, evil jealousy. Okay, you want to do something that is evil, violent, okay, because of jealousy. If some people have smashed their husband's phone on the ground because of it. Who are you calling on phone? Hey, you collect the phone and hit it on the ground. Some has broken their television because their husband is having an affair outside their matrimonial home. Okay, so it brings evil jealousy, which is not healthy for any marriage. It's not healthy. Okay, so the next consequences or point is that extramarital affairs is to embarrassment. There was one day they caught one married man with one young girl. He was even at the girl's place when the girl's boyfriend now visited. Can't see problem. The man was so embarrassed that very day. Or is it the woman that was sleeping with her fellow woman's husband? The woman came to her house and was shouting, embarrassing the woman. Leave my husband alone, leave my whereas you have your own husband. It is very embarrassing. It can paint you black. It can bring you bad name. People now begin to refer to you as that man that has side chick, that woman that has side call, that woman that so the man abanabaka, the woman is borehole everywhere, come and enter. People will be saying many things about you. It is very, very embarrassing to you, to your spouse, and to your children. That is one of the consequences of this extramarital affair. Again, is that it attracts curses. There are some traditions that has a strong curse on anyone who indulge in such thing. There's a part of this Eastern country that if you are into extramarital affair, especially the woman, you will run mad. And if your husband should eat your food, he will die unless you confess, and they will take you to one shrine and all those diabolic things. You see, so it brings a lot of evil on anyone who practices such thing. People who, if you indulge in it, the kind of problem that will come upon you, it will even affect the children. They will be falling sick. The woman will run mad. The man may even die. So we need to be very careful. It is not healthy at all. And finally, extramarital affair is sin before God. Bible talks about marriage bed should be undefiled, should be holy. Stick to your man, stick to your woman. Stop going outside. That thing that you're looking outside is in your house. They say that thing that you're looking in Sokoto is in Sokoto. If there are things your spouse is doing that you don't like, you guys should sit together and talk about it. That is why communication is very important in marriage. A man was saying that the wife is getting fat, that she's not too fat, I don't like, but you forgot that she was slim when you married her. Childbirth could change the stature of a woman. The only thing both of you need to talk about it. If there's anything you want her to do so that she can lose weight, do it. And besides, that is the joy of motherhood. You don't want to say that the wife is too dirty, or God teach your wife how to be neat. If maybe the way she's living you don't like it, teach her. That one that you are looking outside, if you bring her home, she may even be worse than the woman you have at home. The grass look greener from afar. That's your side chick. You thought maybe she's the best, but I bring her home, she will also bring out her own character. By the time you live with her for some months, some years, you will start seeing that sometimes we women are the same. That man you think that is better than your husband, he is romantic. It is because you guys are still stealing that romance, stealing that affair. The moment that man marries you, you also see that your husband is even better than that man. Be faithful, if not for any other sake, for your own sake and for God's sake, who is watching you, who wants your marriage to be undefiled, to be holy. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe to this channel.